Hello everyone, welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. Today we are looking at the month of April 2023. We're going to see what is in store for you, get some advice and messages from your spirit guides, your angels and ancestors. We have three groups to choose from. Group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So you can pause the video if you need more time to select. Use your intuition, see what card or cards are calling to you. If more than one or all are calling to you, then there is likely a message in all or both for you. There is no wrong answer. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. We're going to see what's going on in the month of April 2023 for you. So let's take a moment before we begin to call in your guides, to call in my guides to assist in the reading. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency, please be with us today to provide the most accurate, meaningful messages for group number 1 at this time in regards to April 2023. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 1, for being here. Let's get started. Spirit, what is going on in April for our group number 1? There's like something floating in front of me. What is that? Oh my god, it's like the teeniest itty bitty baby spider, like just suspended in the air. So where are you getting from? I have really high ceilings. Is it? I don't know if it's coming from there. I'm like at the point where it's the highest above me. It's like vaulted. I'll just let him do his thing. Sorry for the interruption. I think that's a good sign though. It's so tiny. Okay, I'm going to pay attention now, group 1. Spirit, what is the main message you have for group number 1 in regards to April 2023? What's going on? Right when that came out, I read that as change, but it says Chang-O. This is the Hermit card, but we're going to pull them all out and then we'll get started. And what is something that group number 1 will be focused on in April? And what will be put on the back burner? What can wait in April? What may group number 1 be blind to about what's coming up in April? Something that's going to surprise them. Damn, we have 4 major arcanas already. And what do you suggest that group number 1 avoid this month in order to succeed? And what is the overall action and advice you have for April for group number 1? All right, we zoomed out. Bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Swords. Where'd it go? Itsy bitsy spider. How's that? Right, so it looks like this is going to be a pretty significant month for you, group number 1, since we have half of the cards are major arcana, which is, you know, pretty big deal. Big changes coming for sure. And I feel like it's unexpected changes, but in a pleasant way. So let's take a look and see the main message we have. This is contemplation. We're using the Goddess Tarot, by the way, and this is the Hermit, card number 9. They call it contemplation, and they have a goddess for each. And I don't know much about Chang-O, but you might feel called to look into this goddess more so. But the Hermit's all about introspection, going within, doing that inner work, shadow work, and really rising above, finding your calling, the light. Feels like maybe you've been kind of in hermit mode a little bit, maybe all winter, and you're kind of like coming out into the wilderness, into the world, wiser, smarter, more in tune, more aligned with your higher self, with your purpose. Yes. And this could be coming from a time where you were feeling very imbalanced. So Spirit wants you to focus on fixing any imbalances. And I feel like that is what you've been doing or what you're doing going into this month, beginning of this month, because we have here contemplation, the Hermit, and then we have temperance reversed here. So I feel like There's some healing that has definitely been done or you're working on right now that is really leading you to some new beginning. I love that we have Yamuna, the goddess, on the Temperance card. She is the goddess of water, among other things. And water is very healing. Water is very calming. And I feel like there might have been a period of emotional imbalance. And you're focusing on healing, balancing that out. And I feel like you're really doing some inner work. And it's going to really pay off. So you could have already been in this process, or this is what you are really working on. I feel like there's something here, Spirit's like, you don't need to focus so much on the material this month. You're going to be more within your inner self. Maybe like you've been so focused on work, family, all the other things out externally, and this month you're going within and you're doing this healing work. And what you don't see coming is that there's a new beginning coming. This is what you may be blind to about what's coming. There's something brand new. I feel like you're due for a fresh start, group number 1. And I feel like you are much deserving of it because you're doing this inner work. You're really learning about yourself, what you want in life, what you don't want, and all that stuff. And I think you're getting a lot more clear. And it's really giving you a purpose and some drive to start something new. And I feel like something new is coming into your life that you don't really expect. But I feel like you may have set some intentions recently, maybe with the Aries new moon, spring equinox. If not, this is definitely the time to do so, get clear on what you want. And if you're not sure, doing that introspection, the inner work, journaling, really spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself even better will really help you find out what it is you want and get clear. The more clear you can be about what you want, what your goals are, what you want to achieve, where you want to go in life, the more is likely to come to you exactly how you want it, and then your spirit guides and ancestors, angels will know what you want and help you behind the scenes. And I feel like that's what's going on here. So really contemplate this month about what it is you truly want, what your soul wants. And you don't need to, it's not selfish. It doesn't matter what it is. What do you want? Get clear on that. Maybe you do want more money, more finances, a new car. Maybe you want a partner, or to take it to the next level with the partner, whatever it is. Maybe there's been some big imbalance in your life, and it looks like there has been, and that's what's healing, but maybe you can really focus on, bringing things into balance and really figuring out what's missing in your life and call forth that and let go anything that's not serving you. Spirit doesn't want you to hold on to things that aren't serving you anymore. The 8 of Cups reverse, this is what Spirit wants you to not do, but what this card means is like staying in a bad situation, feeling stuck and stagnant, not going after your dreams. So Spirit wants you to realize and identify what in your life is missing, what do you want, get clear on that, and don't just sit or settle in some situation that isn't right for you. Because you deserve the world, and your spirit guides are really like pointing that out to you. I feel like you're really going within and finding that out. And you're not going to stick around anymore in situations that aren't serving you. Maybe there's a job that you aren't happy with. Could really be anything. This is a general reading, so and maybe some of you guys I feel aren't really even clear yet. But you feel there's like an inner knowing though that something isn't right, that there's more out there for you. And following that urge and exploring is going to be really beneficial this month. Overall action advice, we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed. Yes, this is about releasing. There's some major energy here with releasing the old, doing some inner healing work, really clearing out negative thoughts you've had, negative situations, people, whatever it is for you, and like just letting them go and releasing and making way for some new beautiful beginning. Yes, there is something new, some change on the horizon. And it's definitely something that is needed, that you feel deep down, but Spirit wants to make sure that you're open to change, or open to, letting go, releasing what no longer serves you, put yourself out there in the world, finding more balance. Awesome. All right, let's draw some more cards for our group number 1s, please, Spirit. What else for group number 1. What else for group number 1? Address this Princess of Swords or Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This could be something you've been resisting, with starting something new on an intellectual level. Maybe there's been some conflicts with some people, just butting heads, just like things not working out in general. And I feel like that's a sign that maybe things aren't aligned, or just to really like go within and kind of think about why, and like really find your why. Find what feels good to you and embrace that and go after it. If something feels right, that's your intuition, you know. And if something feels wrong, maybe it's just really a month of introspection and reflecting on things, really going within. And I feel like there's something you've kind of known, but it's just like maybe you're afraid it'll hurt a little bit emotionally. You know, you don't really want the changes to happen at the same time you do, you know. This is the month you're really addressing that, going within and really getting clear. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're coming out of hibernation for sure, I feel like. Maybe you're actually like kind of in this phase, because we're talking about doing some inner reflection. But remember right away I said coming out of that little like cave thing. Winter solstice, the bear, hibernation, and then 34 breaks down to 7. That's a very spiritual, like introspective number as well. So this month, I feel like you're kind of, you know, you're in this contemplation, this hibernation mode. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything. There's definitely a new beginning coming. There's action coming and stuff. But Spirit really is emphasizing taking some time to yourself, resting, reflecting. Get that journal out, that notes app on your phone. Go within. I always suggest this because, you know, people, like, we all have different methods and ways we like to do this work, you know. But you can look up inner child work, shadow work, healing methods, modalities, whatever feels right to you. I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on like what feels right and what doesn't, and follow what feels good and just go after it. And sometimes you might have some feelings that aren't good, but like you might get triggered by things, and that is a sign that there's something in that situation to work on. Like triggers, I mean, it doesn't feel good, right? But it's actually a blessing, because then we get to realize what's wrong, what's not working, or like what's, you know, there's some inner conflict, some inner trauma things we need to work through in order to advance and to, you know, move on in life. So really take the time to identify your emotions and your feelings and go within. Take some time to yourself. I know we're now in spring, but still, you know, it doesn't even matter what your climate is and stuff like that, but I'm saying it's like, you know, like it's starting to be, there's a new beginning, like spring is on the horizon, new blessings, new abundance and all that stuff. But first there needs to be some inner work, some time to yourself. So set some time. I know a lot of people are busy. We all have lives, families, etc., work, but take some time every day just to do some reflection. Just check in with yourself. How are you doing? You know, really, how are you doing right now? Think about it. And see what emotions come up, what comes up. And you can write that down, think about it, take some time. And honestly, the more time you spend, the more you focus on your inner self, the more these new blessings and beginnings are going to start coming in. You're going to be in alignment. It's just you have to take that time. And it can be uncomfortable at first, but, you know, looking at our shadow self, looking at our lives, and really, really looking at it and seeing, like, am I happy with this? What can I do to improve this? What can I do to change things if I'm not happy? Those are some big questions you'll be going into in April, and you're going to come out of this month fresh, new beginning, more open to receiving, more open to new things, being more balanced, healed. This is a major month for you. This is awesome. So to end your reading, I've liked doing this recently. I want to have you state out loud or in your head a yes or no question you would like the answer to from Spirit. It can have something to do with this reading, or it can be about anything that's been on your mind that you want some clarity on. Again, in your head or state it out loud. If you need to pause, you can. Spirit, what is the answer to group number 1's question? What is the answer? No. We got a straight up no. This is, some of them like will be like, in the bottom it says not the right time or something. So it looks like Spirit is giving you a straight answer today, which is nice. I really feel called to say, like, from Spirit, like, what did you feel with this answer? What was the question? And really take time to journal about it. And this can be your start, if you haven't been doing this already, into doing that reflection and inner work. How are you feeling? What do you think about this answer to your specific question? And if you don't like it, what can you do to, you know, what actions can be taken? Like, just really just think about how you feel and write about it. And sometimes it's hard to like get started with journaling, but once you start writing about it, things just flow, and it's a good way to connect to your higher self. A lot of people do it that way. They call it automatic writing, but really just getting your thoughts out and not bottling it up will be so helpful for you and get you started on this healing journey, or deepen it and take it to the next level so you can have this beautiful balance and new beginnings coming into your life that are in alignment with you and your desires and your purpose. But that is what I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment, and do something special for yourself today. Like we're talking about, take some time to reflect. Whatever it is you feel is right for you, just take a little bit of time and enjoy it. I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye, group number 1. Hello and welcome to your reading, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to get started, and let's call in your guides and my guides to help assist with the reading. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency, please be with us today to provide the most accurate, meaningful messages for group number 2 at this time in regards to April 2023. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 2, for being here. So let's get started and see what is going on in April for you. Spirit, what is the main message, the main thing going on in April for our group number 1? And what is group number 2 going to be focused on in April? And what will kind of be able to be put in the back burner, not in focus this month? What is a surprise that is coming in April for group number 2? And what should group number 2 avoid this month? What is your overall action and advice for group number 2? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Prince of Pentacles reversed. And I believe that is the Knight in this deck. Well, it is, sorry, because the Princess is a page. All right, so let's take a look at what is going on for you. You may be coming out of a time where you felt like you lost strength or hope, or maybe you've been dealing with something like an addiction or a codependent relationship, or something that just hasn't really been good for you. And I feel like you're really recognizing this in April. You're like overcoming a fear, a struggle, a dependency of some sort. There's something here with really focusing on your emotional side, your spiritual side, creative side, and you may have been mostly in your masculine lately, no matter what your gender is. We all have both, no matter what you identify as. But it's actually very common to be mostly in your masculine, because that's the way our society works. Like, just go, 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 like hustle culture, do it, everything, you know. And I feel like, you might be burnt out in some sense. And Spirit really wants you to nurture yourself and take care of yourself and really get into your divine feminine and I feel like really rest and do some inner work, some healing. There could be something here, maybe you've been feeling really anxious and a lot of struggles about finances. And that could be why you're in this more masculine mode, like wanting to achieve and, totally makes sense. But it's really weighing on you. So I feel like you're identifying that, and Spirit's trying to have you identify that before you get to the point of feeling burnt out. And we have here, the Page of Cups or the Princess of Cups. Oh, I can't lift it. You can see it, hopefully. One thing about this here. And she's like sipping on that cup. I feel like just really focused on nourishing. I feel like nourish would be a good keyword for you for this month. Theme of the month, you can say. Really just tending to yourself and your needs and making sure you are well. I feel like there's something you don't see is that there's seems to be some imbalance, some healing that needs to be done. And also I'm seeing with the balance reversed, or this is temperance, but it's called balance in this deck. It also is kind of supporting what I was talking about with that imbalance with divine masculine and feminine. The cups are a feminine suit. And this is what you're focused on this month. And the pages can represent beginnings. Sometimes it can do like children, stuff like that. But I feel like this is the beginning of you tending to your feminine, like really getting in touch with your emotions, your spirituality, maybe even starting something creative, having a creative outlet, but really like going within and just like listening to your body. You might really start something like meditation, yoga, breath work. Really listen to your body and see what comes through. What you're in, like intuitively listen. Some people call it like intuitive eating. You can do it like with everything. Like, what does my body need right now? You can like put your hands to your heart center and you can ask. You can spend some time in quiet meditation and really listen to your body because something's off balance here. You could be literally feeling like you have no physical strength right now or mental strength. Something's just been really weighing on you. And I feel like it's because you've been working hard at something or worried about something, just trying to make ends meet, all that stuff, But I feel like your mind and your body have been a little neglected in the process. It happens to all of us. And this month you're really focused on coming into balance, healing. Like maybe, I feel like just there's something here with like really listening to your body. Because like days are so busy. There's so much going on with your kids, family, pets, all the people around you. I feel like you've been nurturing other people a lot. And this month it's time to really listen and go within. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Maybe tea would be good for some of you guys. Looks like she's sipping on something. So good. Yeah, really just listening within and like, what does my body need? Maybe you need some more movement. That's been coming through with a lot of readings in recent weeks. Maybe, if you are feeling weak, if you're like physically or mentally, like identifying that and like, what could you do to mend that or make things a little bit better? What's out of balance? Are you sleeping enough? Are you taking time for self-care, self-love every day? Even if it's a few minutes, it's so important. That's going to be one of the focuses this month for you. Really identifying what's not in balance in your body, your mind, soul, spirit, all of the above, and really focusing on nourishing whatever that is. Hydration could be something with Yamena. She's like the goddess of water here, and this is reversed. There could be something here with you might not be having enough water. Really identify that can do wonders. with your energy levels. Sometimes we don't realize how dehydrated we are. We need more water than we think. So that could be something that just gives you more mental clarity and feel a little bit better. But exactly what your body needs is going to be different for everybody watching this. So really just identifying that and taking little steps every day. And it's okay to take time to focus on yourself. You know, we're also in Aries season now, and Aries, and not in a bad way, but it's like a selfish sign, like they have self-focused goals and ambitions. And I feel like it's really important this month for you to be self-focused. Of course, you can, you do all the other things you have to do, but prioritize yourself this month and your needs and what makes you feel good, what doesn't. Just really get clear on that. And maybe for some of you, it's all been work and no play, and starting some new creative hobby, something just for yourself, will be really good for you too. But what can wait? We have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this is like, you don't need to be in that masculine energy like that, just like go, go, go. Of course, there's times we have to take action and do things, but you don't need to be focused on brand new beginnings this month either. Like, it's really like, I feel like this will come way better, way easier for you once you're nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself. Then you'll be able to have the energy and the willpower to start things. And it'll work out so much better when you are taken care of, And what Spirit wants you to avoid this month is the Five of Wands. And this is like a card of conflict and arguments. There might be something that's causing you a little imbalance and feeling frustrated with a family member or other people in your life. There could be just, butting heads, conflict, just arguments. And that could be really weighing on you, really affecting your health and your well-being. So you want to avoid that. I know it's hard, but like, you can like let people jabber on at you, but you don't need to give them that energy back. Just, it might be even good to take a break from environments that are a little stressful and just confrontational, just aggressive and angry and stuff like that. I know it's not always possible, but do what you can, because we're really focusing on nourishing your soul, and your health. And if there's toxic environments and people around you, that could be really affecting you. And maybe there are people arguing, but you don't need to participate. You can be that like sunshine behind them, like trying to show the light, focusing on the light and the positivity, and not succumbing to like petty behaviors that some people around you might be exhibiting this month. And the overall action and advice that we have for you, group number 2, is sacrifice, Kuan Yin. This is the Hanged Man, which also tells me there's something you need to take a step back, and maybe you're not seeing things very clearly because you've been in this energy of go, 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 maybe a lot of conflict going on, stress about money and stuff. Taking a little time out, a rest for yourself, away from other people that could be, causing some stress and stuff that we're talking about. Really taking a break, stepping back, nourishing yourself will give you a fresh new perspective and let you see everything from a new lens, and help you make these decisions and help you make actions later on once you're rested and taken care of. So it might seem like a sacrifice having to rest more, having to focus on your health and not be all go, go, go and stuff, but it's for the best. It'll really give you a fresh perspective that's going to be so helpful for you. Maybe you'll find ways that you can increase your income, or, things will just be a lot more clear. When we're really tired, when we're not hydrated, when we're not taking care of our bodies, our minds, we can't think as clearly and we can't act as well either. So this will be really good for you in order to problem solve and really address any issues that have been going on, any conflicts. It's not the month to be in that conflict. It's time to, I feel like I'm being really repetitive, but really take care of yourself and get in balance, mind, soul, body, all of that. And then you'll be able to get a fresh view of things and really accomplish what it is you desire once you're feeling good. And really, when you take time for yourself, it might seem like you're missing out on other things, but it's not really a sacrifice. It's something that is worthwhile. You deserve it. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to take care of yourself, to nourish yourself. Nourish is such a key word for you. Nourish. Maybe you can really sit down and think about what that means to you. What does nourishing my body mean, my mind? And how can I incorporate that? Mm-hmm. We have 3 out of 6 cards, well I guess 7, but 3 out of half the spread is major arcana, so this is it's a big month for you. I feel like you're really going to be healing, working on yourself, and you're going to come out of this month feeling a lot better. Whatever this has been that's holding you back. It seems like for a lot of people it is like physically affecting your strength, but this could also be like we were saying, I mentioned briefly in the beginning, like it could be like a substance abuse or some relationship that's not good for you, and taking a step back from that and really healing and giving yourself what your body needs, resting, taking time off of a substance that's not good for you if you can't, you know, it's going to be different for everyone, but I just want to add that in. So let's now draw another card. What else for group number 2, Spirit? Just 2 cards came out. Cosmic Weaver, Potency, number 42. I want to look in the book and see what this one says, because this one has rituals in the guidebook for this, and I feel like you could use some rituals, some spiritual routine in a way, you know, spending time, and maybe this could help aid in that. So let's see, 42. Reading from this. You are highly attuned to the magnetic frequency of the earth and beyond. You have been a healer, medicine person, and weaver of destinies for many lifetimes. This card is calling you into the remembering of your role in this planet's evolution. A weaver is able to hold multiple dimensions at once, clearing timelines that no longer serve and creating pathways of luminous destiny. From the expansive oceans to the deep and sacred forests, your soul is able to tap into the vibrations of creation and weave a higher level intentions for all. At night, you soar through the stars and cosmos, visiting those in need of healing and greater understanding. During the day, you vibrate a magnitude of potent medicine. Your abilities are heightened at this time, and you are asked to feel the pulse of healing magic that flows through you effortlessly. You are being called to be of service, and your ability to offer healing, transformation, and alchemy are at its peak. There will be opportunities to share your cosmic weaving magic. Be ready and open. Wow. I feel like Spirit really wants you to rest and take care of yourself so you're able to do this healing work for others. With the Page of Cups, this could be a new beginning in regards to healing. And that is, healing in itself is more of a feminine energy, and sacrifice. Yes, I'm not sure if you're in the healing arts already, but I feel like you're really meant to be a healer. But sometimes healers have an issue where they are always helping other people and not themselves. And then they lose energy and they're not able to assist those. So this month, I feel like Spirit really wants you to take care of yourself so you can help others heal. And you can learn a lot about healing by healing yourself, and you can use your experience to help other people, group number 2. You're a powerful healer. Let's see what their sacred ceremony is. Open and close your hands, and as you do, feel the strands of incredible healing energy you hold here. Past lifetimes, when you were a powerful visionary, a prophet, a priestess, and a medicine person, begin to awaken with every movement of your hands. Begin to weave them together, each unique strand building a complex and luminous tapestry of melded energy in the cosmos. Embrace your magic and allow the earth to be a witness to your medicine. And then we have an affirmation here, if you wanted to screenshot it, if it resonates with you. I carry magic in my hands and muscle memory. I am a potent weaver of multiple dimensions. I carry magic in my hands and muscle memory. I am a potent weaver of multiple dimensions. Wow! Group number 2. This makes more sense now why you need to avoid this aggressive energy and conflict and really heal yourself so you can help so many other people. Kuan Yin might be a goddess you want to look into and work with potentially, but yes, you gotta take care of yourself in order to help other people. This could be confirmation for you guys. If you guys have wondered if you're a healer or had any inclination to do healing work, it's definitely your answer, your confirmation. But now if you have a question you want an answer from Spirit, we're going to do that now to end your reading. So it could be about this reading itself or about anything at all. So what I want you to do is state out loud or in your head, that's fine too, a yes or no question that you want the answer to from Spirit. You can pause the video if you need time to think. Spirit, what is the answer to group number 2's question? Let go. Your life is about to transform. There's something that needs to go. This conflict, perhaps, whatever you can know based on your question, but there is some major transformation coming, but there's something that needs to be let go. What is holding you back? What is keeping you imbalanced? Feeling weak or unable to accomplish all your dreams? Because you are meant to do powerful things this lifetime, group number 2. Something to really think about and journal about, but hopefully that answers your question as well. But that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment, and have a great day. Do something special for yourself. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, group number 2. Hello, and welcome to your reading, group number 3. We are going to look at your month of April 2023. Let's get started, and let's call in your guides and my guides to assist in the reading. Ancestors, angels, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency, please be with us today to provide the most accurate, meaningful messages for group number 3 in regards to April 2023. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 3, for being here. Let's see what is going on. Spirit, what is the main message, the main thing going on for group number 3 in the month of April 2023? Come on. And what will group number 3 be focused on in April? And what can be put in the back burner? What is a surprise coming? Something that group number 3 is going to. What should group number 3 avoid this month? And what is the overall action and advice you have for group number 3? Wow. Every single group has had multiple major arcanas. You have the most, 4 out of 6. The bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Love that energy. So let's take a look. There definitely seems to be a focus on your money, finances, career, material things this month. For the main message, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Look how beautiful she is. This is Lakshmi in the Pentacles in this. This is the Goddess Tarot. Anyways, I feel like, yeah, just money is really on your mind. You could be like concerned and really wanting to build up, financial success for you. Oh, the sun is on the bottom after that. I feel like there's definitely abundance and some success coming after a time of struggle for you. In regards to definitely something with money, finances, work, something along those lines, something, just abundance in general. Something that you feel is lacking or you want more of in your life. There's something here though, like you might be holding on to something a little too tightly. There needs to be more of a flow. You need to be more willing to like receive help from the divine. Sometimes money is like energy, sometimes we hold on to it too tightly or we don't spend it because we're like afraid we won't have any more, but that just mentality just brings more lack or more of the same thing. So if you're focused on not having a lot, like, oh, I can't spend, I don't have enough money, you're going to keep having not enough money, whatever it is you're focused on. So if you are trying to draw in more abundance or really whatever it is you're trying to draw in, Spirit really wants you to focus on your thoughts and how they could be affecting your situation. And make sure you're thinking more positively and in like a present tense, like I am abundant in all good things. I am a magnet for wealth and abundance. That's when I say a lot. But it can really be anything. My good comes from everywhere and everyone. Things like that. And really see where you could be blocking the flow, this flow coming in, and it's almost always based on something like past programming from our parents, society. Just our thoughts are very powerful, and Spirit really wants you to realize that and just identify where you could potentially be blocking and not open to receiving this abundance or whatever your desires are. Perhaps you set some intentions with the spring equinox or the Aries new moon, or you just have had something on your mind for a long time now. So what Spirit wants you to focus on this month? Interesting, we have the Eight of Wands reversed. I feel like Spirit wants you to slow down this month. This has kind of been a theme, actually, which is interesting because we're like in Aries season, which is like the do, like spring, you know, like, well, depending on where you are, but like things are blossoming, but like Spirit wants us to really identify what it is we want and get clear on it, and like really clear, because I feel like we all like have some things we want and stuff, but we're not like specifying it enough. We're not really thinking about it, and we're not really thinking about like, are our actions aligned with what we want? Yeah, because I feel like you might be moving at too fast of a pace or overlooking something, and Spirit really wants you to identify this, because we have the Tower as like overall action and advice. So I feel like there's some major changes and shifts coming. And here it says oppression. Interesting. I think there's something that Spirit wants you to identify, like I was saying, that could be holding you back, that's blocking you from moving forward. And I feel like there's something that you need to really think about, that you're like, just go, like focus on other things, because you don't really want, like, it could be subconsciously, like you don't want to take the time to sit and think about it and just feel everything, because sometimes those feelings hurt, you know? But you might be missing something that could be leading to some Tower moment potentially. This could actually have to do with maybe you just had a Tower moment. And if you don't know, Tower moments are like unexpected big life changes, like losing a job, for example. I'm not saying you're going to, but like something like along that line. We have, for what to avoid, the Emperor or Freya in this deck, Power. Yeah, Spirit wants you to slow down and take some time. Your ego might be a little, I was going to say out of whack. That sounds funny, but like you might be running by your ego right now, and it's okay. We all have an ego. We need it, you know. But I think your ego might be like running the show right now, if that makes sense. And you might be focused on things like the ego wants and about pride and all of that. And it might be getting in the way of something. It might be causing a problem in the future. And Justice here, Spirit really wants you to find balance with your ego, and, you know, really potentially like take some time to do some shadow work to really realize what your ego could be taking over right now. Like, is it what I want, or my ego wants this? Am I just like, your ego's like trying to keep you safe and not letting you really, or like blocking you from really identifying certain things and feeling certain emotions. Like, we have our ego for a reason, and it's mostly for survival, you know, and it's trying to stop you from being hurt. But sometimes that could get in the way of what needs to be done and lead to even more hurt, if that makes sense. So I feel like Spirit really wants you to do this inner work, especially because we have what you don't see coming as contemplation, the Hermit. And this is all about going within. So there's something here that could be a block to your manifestations, block to you moving ahead. And it might seem counterintuitive because you want to achieve certain things, but Spirit wants you to slow down and take some time to really reflect, to do that inner work, shadow work, inner child work. Identify where your ego might be giving you like false ideas about things, or like leading to some problems, power issues, pride issues, and stuff like that, and really trying to find some balance. You might have some ego issues, like trying to get justice from something that happened, and you just like aren't really thinking about the outcome. You're like, they need to pay, they did this type of energy, you know. And I'm sure, you know, that's true. Maybe, you know, something really bad did happen in the past and you feel like it's so unfair, but you might be kind of in a victim mentality right now, and that's not going to get you the results that you want. And I say this kindly and lovingly. I'm not judging. We've all been there, you know. But it's really time to sit back and think about that. This is a big deal. We have 4 out of 6 that are major arcanas. And Spirit's really trying to help you out. If you're feeling oppressed, you're feeling like a victim, like things aren't fair, a lot of the times that's our ego talking, and Spirit wants you to realize that those thoughts are blocking you from the life you want, from the abundance you want. So this month, Spirit really wants you to sit with yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and really go within. It's not easy. You know, a part of you, it does not want to see that, whatever it is. And really work on healing and whatever the healing that needs to be done. It's going to be different for everyone watching, but there's some healing that needs to be done that's blocking you from moving forward. And it really has to do with your ego and like feeling like a victim. I know people, it's harsh to hear sometimes, especially when you're in the energy. But when you do this inner work, this healing work, you really identify where these issues, these power struggles and all of that are from within, and the inner cause, inner root. Like a lot of times it's like from traumas when we were young. And the intensity of it or whatever will vary. It doesn't even matter. It's still affecting you, you know? And really identifying why you might have certain triggers, why you might have certain issues with certain people, etc. There's so many different things it can affect, but really identifying why you might behave certain ways, think certain ways, and really understanding that and healing that will be so good for you. And it'll release these blocks and help you move forward and become this abundant person that you want, whatever it is you want. It's not coming to you because of something within that needs to be healed for it to be in alignment with you. I hope that all makes sense. There's a lot of healing going on collectively. This is the whole world. It's just becoming more clear what needs to change. We're all kind of awakening a bit, you know. I mean, you're watching a tarot video, so you're definitely have done some work at least. You've gotten here, you know, into the spiritual realm of things. But healing is a lifelong journey. It's not just I did this once, you know, now I identify this. It's a lifelong. We always will identify things, and that's the best way to move forward. And we'll always have something, so don't feel bad. I'm right there with you. Especially lately, I swear this is an energy that's been going around collectively. And there's been a lot of shifts astrologically and stuff, so things are being stirred up, you know. But really what this is all about is doing that inner work, taking that time to work on yourself, look within. So you can journal, you can look up shadow work prompts for your journal, you can look up certain meditations, you can talk to a therapist, people, you know. And sometimes our pride or ego doesn't want us to do these things, but just taking those steps and that action will really help you get what it is you want in life, or better, you know? So maintenance might knock on my door right now. Let's keep going on. If they do, I'll just pause it. Spirit, another card for group number 3. Reclamation, home. Yes, I feel like you're going to be feeling more at home in your body. You're going to feel your true self, authentic self. I feel like there's been some mask going on. You've had a mask because your ego's trying to protect you. But like, you're going to go within, you're going to find out whatever it is that needs to be healed, and you're going to feel more like yourself than you ever have before. And it's going to feel so good. I mean, it's going to kind of hurt when you do this whole inner work thing. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. I'm going to look in the book and see if it says anything else. This will be such a powerful affirmation for you. I reclaim all aspects of myself as I return home to me. I reclaim all aspects of myself as I return home to me. I'm going to read this to you guys. For so long, you have searched for a belonging, a space that feels like home to your spirit and heart. Separation and disconnection are a result of the flawed systems in our society. And there are times when the connection to our belonging is fractured through traumatic life, familial, and ancestral events. Your desire to belong is an inherent part of this human experience. There is no shame in the journey you have been on to find a safe connection where you feel accepted and seen. Today, this card calls you home to the very land that birthed you. Feel the vibration of the trees, the scent of the plants, and the movement of the animals welcoming you back, reclaiming you as you remember the land. This space is also filled with ancestral family that nourishes you more deeply than you ever thought possible. The energy of belonging moves you through the cracks and broken parts of your sacred connection, mending the layers of what has been damaged and bringing you back to wholeness. What feels like home to you? Who feels like home to you? Focus on these aspects so that energy of belonging may settle into your bones with comfort and nourishment. Feel the open arms of spirit and your ancestors welcoming you deeper into yourself. You are seen. You are loved. Wow, I feel like this is so perfect for your reading. You are loved and you are safe. You've been protecting yourself because there's been something that hurt you in the past, and I'm so sorry. But your ancestors, your angels, your guides are here, and they love you, and they're there for you, and they're supporting you on this journey. Let's look at the sacred ceremony. This could be helpful for you. Remember all the times you wanted to belong to a certain space, group, or community. Reflect on the times you have felt like an outsider or a lone wolf. What emotions did this bring up for you? Where did you feel that in your body? Place your hands there and feel the loving energy of your ancestral family pulsing through. Envision the soles of your feet upon the earth today. There are flowers and greenery all around. Allow the loving warmth of the land beneath you to restore your belonging. Earth energy moves up your spine, calling you back to full reclamation, a magnetic pull drawing you back into the core of your heart. You belong. If you want to screenshot this, you can. Especially the affirmation, I feel like will be so helpful for you. I reclaim all aspects of myself as I return home to me. I love that for you and everyone. That's really sweet. Okay. Now, to end your reading, we're going to ask Spirit a yes or no question. So I want you to state it out loud or in your head. And this question can be about this reading or about anything on your mind that you want an answer to. You can pause the video if you want, if you need more time. Spirit, what is the answer to group number 3's question? Unlikely. So it looks like no is the answer. There might be some cord that needs to be cut. But it's not a 100% no, but it's pretty hard no. Things need to change for sure if you want this answer to be different. I feel like this cord is really sticking out to me. Some cords need to be cut in order to reclaim who you are, come home. But hopefully that answered your question. And if you didn't like the answer, I really suggest, I said this to another group, really like sitting down and journaling your emotions and how you feel. That could be a great start to do this inner work for you, group number 3. But that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, leave a comment, and do something special for yourself today. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, group number 3. I can't say bye too.